Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, everybody. Hello. Happy birthday, Kendall. Happy birthday. If I haven't told you lately, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kendall. There we go. Hi, everybody. Hello, Minnetonka. Look at these people. Yes, good morning. Welcome there. Thank you, Leo. There we go. There's our folks. Welcome to the show. Have a seat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Happy, what is it, Wednesday today. Happy Wednesday, yeah. Thank you. Okay. Now, I gotta say, I wasn't gonna, I'm gonna, well, first, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Please say hello to our good friend, and it was her birthday last week. It's Kendall, everybody. That's right.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
You're terrible, Muriel. Anyway, how you doing?
I'm good. This audience is great.
Okay, now I wasn't, yeah. Here's the deal. I wasn't gonna say anything, because here's the deal. I've said this maybe 100 times since we started the show. We are not in LA. We are not in New York. We're not in Chicago. And people have lives. Imagine that. It is hard to fill. We have a giant audience area. It's hard to fill that every day in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Mm-hmm. But we do it. I mean, most days of the week, like in the summer, it's a party here. In the winter, I always say this, it's a little more challenging because, hello, it's winter. Yeah. You know, it's winter and you have to drive. We're in Eden Prairie, you know? Whoa. So anyway, so today, we had a good chunk of people sign up. Half of them canceled. Now, we don't know if they got bit by a monkey. We don't know if they're sick. Good. We don't know what happened. Yeah, you know what I mean? We don't know if they have doctor's appointments. These people didn't cancel. Right there, they're here. Yeah. So here's the deal. Now this is what we're gonna do, because I'm so appreciative. A couple things. You're all getting Jason Show mugs. So you're all getting mugs. And each of you gets to take home a car from one of our executives. Okay? Yeah. Woo! Yes. All of our bosses have great cars. You'll get our ma'am, you with the stripes, you're going to get our general manager Sheila Oliver's car. That's right. Yeah. Congratulations. Right there. She's taking that home. Woman next to her, you're taking home the car of news director Marion Davey. Yes. Yeah. She has a very nice car. That's right. That's about it. But yeah, Sherry Randall. So all of you are getting cars today for being here. Yeah. So, and here's my thing. Tomorrow we have another, Jeff, we have a good amount of people signed up tomorrow, right? Here's the deal. If we get a good number of people signed up tomorrow, you can still sign up for tomorrow. I'm going to get everybody breakfast tomorrow. I'm bringing in, what?
Can I have breakfast too?
No, you don't count. But I mean to say, yeah.
Well, then I don't care if you come.
Yeah, no, I'll be bringing you a birthday cake tomorrow. But no. But if we get a good audience tomorrow, I'm going to bring donuts or bagels or something. No. My treat. Yeah. Okay, I can't. I'll be able to do that. Yeah, anyway, I'll bring something to the audience tomorrow. So if you want to sign up, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page, go to the Jason Show page, click the ticket tab, come in, and you'll get some donuts or a car. You know? Yeah. You never know.
Donuts. Sign up.
There we go. But how you doing? Well? You doing well?
I am. I'm doing great today. It's a good Wednesday.
It's the first day I'm kind of getting back in the rhythm, you know, and my mom is getting back in the rhythm again. Thanks for everybody's nice messages. I made her laugh yesterday, and I got it. Okay. Anybody can relate to this when you're dealing with your parents and technology. You know what I mean? Everyone's nodding at their TV. My mom is pretty technologically advanced.
She's pretty savvy.
She is pretty savvy. Y'all are Facebook friends with her. A lot of you are. Darlene Smeal on Facebook. But anyway, so I bought her an Amazon Alexa with a video screen. You know what I mean? So we can see each other like the Jetsons. You know, we can. So I bought her this, and most days, and now I've started a new routine. Because I miss her and she's alone, and so I call her every night now. I call her at night, and then I put the dogs in the camera and all that stuff. So most days we get it working. Yesterday, she could see me, but I couldn't see her. Okay. Like she didn't have her camera on, so I'm spending 15 minutes. Mom, press the camera button. she's pressing the camera button, and she's like, what? And then she hung up on me. She pressed the wrong button.
Whoopsies.
So then I call her back, and then I see a blank screen. She goes, I'm pressing the camera button. So then she presses the button that turns the camera around to me. And I'm like, no, the other half hour later, I'm like, why aren't we just calling each other on the phone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would have been a lot easier. So anyway.
She tried.
She tried, bless her heart. Anyway, let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. First up, oh, by the way, don't tune off. We have a Golden Globe winner on the show today. Yeah, we actually have. And I've never seen a Golden Globe in person. We have it. It's as big as Aaron Schwab. It's fantastic. So that's coming up. But first, it's been nearly 4 years since Michael Strahan left Live with Kelly and Michael. Now, we all know that this split was not amicable. It wasn't like, they went to Denny's afterwards. It was not friendly. Well, now we're finally hearing Michael's side of it. And for that, it's time for...
Oh, no, she didn't.
That's right. We're pulling out the drama horn. Okay.
Oh, snap.
So Michael, what did Stripe say?
Tell me.
Tell me. That's
Tell me.
right. Michael, who is now one of the 57 hosts over there on Good Morning America, told the New York Times. So this is like a legit interview. Told the New York Times there was, he confirmed, tension between him and Kelly. He said, now this is what we didn't know. We knew they didn't get along toward the end, but this is what we didn't know. He told them when he signed on to do the show, he didn't think he was supposed to be a sidekick. He said he thought he was supposed to be a partner. There was also tension behind the scenes for his part. He said he tried to have a meeting with Kelly every few weeks while they were co-hosts, but Kelly eventually at some point quickly decided, she said to him, yeah, I don't need any more meetings. And she stopped the meetings. Now Kelly has said Michael went behind her back to join GMA. That's what Ripa has said. But Michael says, that's not how it happened. According to Strahan, he said it was ABC's idea. That's the network. It was ABC's idea, but he admitted his exit probably could have been handled better. Look, we know on a local level, we know how TV, we know a little bit about the behind-the-scenes machinations of TV shows and how they work. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle here. I think executives, even Kelly said that when she came back from her strike. Remember when she went on strike?
Like a week.
She came back and she admitted that the executives could have handled it better. Yes, I think even if their intent, even if it was their idea for Michael to join GMA, which in the company is a much more profitable show, therefore more important, they could have handled they should have told Kelly. They should have told Michael and Kelly at the exact same time, because right there you get hurt feelings.
Right.
Because Kelly was on that show for many years. Show her the respect. If you're going to remove her co-host, have the respect to have the meeting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, but here's where I agree with Michael. If Michael has promised that you're going to join Kelly and you guys are going to be equal co-hosts, and I know this is a little inside baseball, but hey, I'm going to join the show and I'm of equal footing as Kelly. And then you get on the show and you realize you're being treated like a sidekick and not an equal partner. I can see where he would be a little mad, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's his name in the title, too. I read that a lot of what Kelly was upset about, too, is all the executives, like you said, told Michael, who wanted to tell her he was leaving. They were like, no, don't tell her.
Yeah.
We'll tell her. And they told her like a half hour, but they told like the world.
Yeah. Bosses can sometimes just ruin everything.
Run amok.
Not you, Jeff. Not you. Not you. I love you today. Yeah. Yeah. Next in the dish. Jeff is being very nice lately. Next in the. Why did I have to word the? I didn't mean to use the word lately. Yeah. Next in the dish, Friends is one of the most popular TV shows of all time. And David Schwimmer is opening up about his influence over casting decisions over the course of the show's run. He told The Guardian he was well aware of the lack of diversity on the show and that he advocated for more diverse casting, especially when it came to the women he dated. One of his girlfriends on the show was an Asian American, and then later he dated an African American. He says that it was a conscious push on his part. Friends comes to HBO Max, by the way, when the streaming service launches in May. This is all coming out because, with the 25th anniversary of Friends has come under a more critical microscope of has the show really aged well? Because, for instance, a lot of people are now looking at the Fat Monica storyline as offensive now. You know what I mean? It was but David Schwimmer said you got to look at the show in context of when it was created.
Right.
Yes, he says it could have been more diverse. Yes, they could have handled the Monica jokes. Well, probably not at all. You wouldn't get away with that now.
No.
But he said, look at what they did do. They had a lesbian couple on episode 1 in 1994. You know what I mean?
That was, I think, a few years before Ellen came out.
It was 2.5, 3 years before Ellen.
Right.
So you got to, again, he's absolutely right. I have a beef with, I don't like the Fat Monica stuff now. I don't like fat jokes. That's just me. But I can also look at it with a sense of humor through the lens that it was created with in 95 or whatever.
Right. And that happens often with shows that we love from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s.
Yes.
Every time you look back a decade or 2 decades, you're like, ooh.
That hasn't aged well.
Right,
A lot
exactly.
of look at jokes from class. Look at All in the Family. I always reference this. A lot of Norman Lear shows you could never put on the air now. All in the Family had language you could never ever say now on television. But I mean, are you going to, it just, David's right. Look at it through the context in which it was created. We have a lot more to come, everybody. Stay right there. Back after this. Coming up next, it's not every day a Golden Globe winner stops by our show.
Meet Mr. Link.
He is the visual effects maestro for the Golden Globe winning movie Missing Link. And he's here with an amazing look at his art. Plus, find out how a local company plays a role in the movie. Then, Oprah, Uma, Oprah, Keanu. We're celebrating the anniversary of one of the weirdest moments in Oscar history. Plus, find out the never-before-heard story behind that Letterman monologue. And we sadly still have a couple more months of winter, so why not look great while staying warm? Our friends of the Mall of America will show you the latest winter wares still ahead.
So we went to San Francisco with a camera, and we told fans passing by we were shooting promos for both teams. And we asked fans in Niners jerseys to put on Chiefs jerseys to help us out so we didn't have to travel to Kansas City. And this is how that went in a Super Bowl edition of Trader Schmoes.
Do me a favor, as we're shooting some promos, look right in there and say, the 49ers will reign supreme on Super Sunday.
The 49ers will reign supreme on Super Sunday.
Oh, that's great.
We only root for the San Francisco 49ers. Go Niners!
Let me ask you guys this. We need to shoot the other side of this. We're trying to do a whole bipartisan thing. Any chance I could get you guys to throw some Kansas City gear on top of that and just pick up a couple lines from you? Yeah, almost. How important is loyalty to your team, do you think?
Very.
Very. It's like, oh my God, it's like loyalty to me is like, it's no matter if we're having a bad season or a good season, you still ride.
You gotta support your team.
gotta support.
We only root for the Kansas City Chiefs.
That is gorgeous. Welcome back. That's how important loyalty is to you. Really important. Let me put on that other jersey. Jimmy Kimmel getting 49er fans to betray their team ahead of Super Bowl Sunday. Well, next in the dish, the folks behind The Bachelor. No, this is good, y'all. The folks behind The Bachelor. Oh, by the way, we gained 2 more audience members in that commercial break. Yeah. Are we pulling them off the street now? Or are we just going around Eden Prairie pulling people off the street? Beware if you're driving around Eden Prairie. Anyway, Aaron Schwab's running the streets of Eden Prairie. The folks behind The Bachelor are cooking up a new dating show, and this one is going to be just a little bit different. Producers are now casting for single folks in their golden years. The flyer... Oh... ABC, we have a contestant in our audience. This is real, everybody. The flyer, right there, the flyer says they're looking for attractive, outgoing men and women age 65 and up. Now, it would not be the first Bachelor spinoff we've seen. Remember, we have Bachelor Pad, Bachelor in Paradise. And earlier this week, the show announced another spinoff featuring musicians looking for love called The Bachelor, Listen to Your Heart. It's unclear when we might see this version. Okay, out of all of those, I would watch this every single week. This is a great idea. Way to go, ABC. And again, we have, I don't think she's 65 though, but we'll find out. Our next guest and his team just won a Golden Globe for their work on the stop-motion animated film Missing Link. Take a look.
Laika is a physical, tactile wonderland. It's about artists using their hands to bring something to life and blending that with technologies.
We produced faces unique for every single shot.
Mr. Link is the first puppet that has incorporated a breathing mechanism inside his chest.
We tell our own stories. We have a unique perspective. When we're doing something that fills me with fear, we're probably doing something that hasn't been done before.
That's right. Missing Link is up for an Oscar for the animation studio Laika. You just saw it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the man himself, Brian McLean, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's start with this. Congratulations.
Yes.
This is not a stop-motion piece of art. This is, may I touch it?
Yes, it's very...
This is the Golden Globe, everybody.
Pick it up. It's very heavy.
Let me see. Oh, my goodness. That is, people always say it's heavier than you think. That is heavier than you think it would be. Okay, let me ask you, because I'm obviously never going to win one of these. What is that? Take me to that moment. What's going on in your stomach? What's going on in your head?
Well, I wasn't there.
Okay.
This is the producer's
award.
award.
About
oh my God, it was amazing. I saw it on TV. Saw it on TV live, and I couldn't believe it. Our producer Ariane Suttner and the director of the film Chris Butler were the ones who went up and accepted the award. And for anyone who saw it live, they were just as flabbergasted as I think everyone was.
Okay, I was going to ask you. Meaning no offense, but did you in your heart of hearts, you obviously, and we're going to talk about, you pour your heart into something, but did you honestly, as you're sitting there with your Cheetos and corn dip, did you think that you guys had a chance?
We are the underdog. It's the true David and Goliath story. We were up against Toy Story 2, we were up against Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, Lion King, huge films.
You were up against Simba, for heaven's sake.
I know.
Yeah.
And you know, Laika Studios has been making movies for over the last 10 years. This is our 5th film. We've won or been nominated for 5 Oscars. So, you know, we're really excited.
Well, because this is, I am such a fan of this, because this is art, everybody. This is true art. Can you explain for the folks what exactly is stop motion?
Yes. So stop motion animation is where you have a physical object that an animator is out on set slowly moving that object and taking a picture and then moving it again and taking another picture. And 24 of those pictures equals 1 second of footage.
Okay, let's say that again. 24 individual pictures, 1 second of film. And the typical about an hour and a half of entertainment, right?
Hour and a half of entertainment. And the crazy thing is animators working 40 hours a week, on average, can only produce about 4 seconds of usable footage. Takes us years to make our movies.
Oh my, you're taking a look at some video right here. It really is such a cliche. It is a labor of love.
Absolutely.
It absolutely is. Because you can only move them, Brian, every frame, just a little millimeter,
Tiny
right?
bit, yep. And you can't, depending on the action and depending on what they're doing, animators are literally breathing life into these objects 1 frame at a time. But they have to give them a personality. And not only do they have to make them move in a compelling way, Lionel has a different personality than Link. So he needs to move differently. Link is sort of a lumbering, silly character who sort of has Chaplin-esque comedy routines. And they both have to act and move quite different.
That is amazing. So when you're crafting these characters, do they first appear, do you model them like in a 2D form on paper and then they go to model, or what's the process like?
The process is we start with 2D drawings, character design. Character designer will sort of have a bunch of different sketches of what the characters potentially will look like. One of those 2D drawings are chosen by the director, and then we go into sculpting. We're actually sculpted out of clay. It's called a maquette. And that's the first time the character is sort of seen as a 3-dimensional object.
Now, Brian, we have in front of the actual model. What are we looking at here?
This is why I'm here.
Okay.
My title is the director of rapid prototype. Probably one of the weirdest titles.
That is a heck of a title
in the film industry. But basically, I have the unique job of trying to take this age-old art form of stop-motion animation and fuse it with 21st century 3D printing technology. There's a company here in Eden Prairie called Stratasys.
Okay.
They make 3D printers. We use their 3D printers to produce faces for our characters, and not just single faces, hundreds of thousands of faces.
And what? First of all, way to go, Eden Prairie.
Yep.
Thank you. Our studios are based here. Now, Brian, what do you mean by different faces? Is it different smiles? Is it different, like twitching of the nose? What do you mean by that?
Okay, so what we do is we have a technique called replacement animation.
Okay.
And replacement animation is essentially this idea where, in order to get facial animation, the animators will be popping off one face. I should have warned you. It's a little scary.
That is a little frightening.
It will cause nightmares. Popping off we have the eyebrow and the mouth, and then they will be putting on a different expression. They will be replacing faces 24 times in 1 second. And each face is slightly different than the last. Tiny little incremental movements and changes in the face.
So again, as we just said, so not only are you moving maybe a leg, a toe, an arm, a millimeter, but in that same second, that 1 second of film, you're also manipulating the face as well.
And so when animators are out on set, they have their puppet and they would have a box of sometimes hundreds of faces. And each
it's like
face,
the ultimate Lego box.
It really is.
Yeah.
Each face has a number on the back and a code and magnets, so the faces just snap right on in place. But these are all color 3D printed.
Brian,
so they're not hand painted. This is how they come out of the printer.
Okay, now can I ask you, before this, and for people my age, we grew up with this animation, and those watching, you'll be familiar. Think of Empire Strikes Back, the Tauntauns, the AT-ATs. Back then with characters, what did they do for faces? Was it clay or was it different forms?
Sometimes it was done with clay, where they're literally manipulating and sculpting the clay. Sometimes they would have sort of a silicone face. It's called mechanical facial animation. And there's a little metal skeleton on the inside, and the animators are pushing that silicone around. But other times, like, I don't know if anyone's seen Nightmare Before Christmas and
yes.
Jack Skellington, he was a really good example of replacement animation. He had 800 hand-sculpted faces, and they would literally pop off one head and put on another. So that was really the inspiration for us back on our first movie, Coraline.
Yeah.
Where we had this...
Coraline, yeah. Love that. I love Coraline.
Well, we looked at Nightmare Before Christmas, and we had the same director who was directing Coraline. His name's Henry Selick, and we thought, how could we take replacement animation and sort of push it to the next level? And
you found this
that's
company.
What led us to 3D printing.
This is incredible. So all of these made in Eden Prairie, all these little faces, just minor, like the little tongue there, and that is crazy. And then are these more, Brian?
These are more characters from Missing Link. So you can see there's a huge range of color. The machines are really accurate. And we're really unique in the film industry, but we're also really unique in the 3D printing industry for using 3D printers in this way.
How many, different animation houses have several productions going on at one time with different teams? Are you able to, are you guys in production right now with another feature?
We are in sort of pre-production on another feature that we can't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I'm not,
yeah.
I don't want you getting in trouble, Brian. I just wanted to know.
Because it takes 3 to 4 years for us to make a movie, we are having to overlap productions.
That is crazy. Yeah. So, are you going to go to the Oscars?
I am not. I'm not this time.
Okay.
So we're really excited.
The audience is with you. They're booing the fact that you're not there. Yeah.
So we're really excited for our chances. It's a true David and Goliath story. Like I said before, these are the characters that are in the movie. Unlike a lot of the films that are up, our characters are actually physical things. They're not just made of pixels. So we're really excited.
I love Disney and Pixar as much as the next person. I have a good feeling about this year. I think
fingers crossed.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Brian McClain, everybody from Leica. Missing Link is available on Blu-ray and DVD. Still ahead, everybody. We're showing you the latest in winter fashion with Sarah Rogers from the Mall of America. But next, another good friend of our show, Allison Kaplan from Twin Cities Business, will join us to talk about the true secrets to success. And she's successful, so she knows. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Thank you again. I so appreciate it. This is fantastic. Welcome back, my friends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're keeping track, Aaron Schwab pulled another 2 people from the streets of Eden Prairie. We're now up. Welcome back. Well, we're a month into the new decade. And if you're like a lot of us, we're always looking for ways to improve, especially the beginning of the year. Our next guest chatted with a bunch of local CEOs and knows the secrets to their success. From the Twin Cities Business Magazine, give it up for the editor-in-chief and our good friend, Allison Kaplan, everybody. Welcome back, Allie. Fascinating.
Yes.
And you forget, as I was going through the pages, you forget how many great companies we have here in the Twin Cities.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing I pulled. I'm like, I forgot they're here. I forgot they're here.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have a lot to get through, and I want people to learn a lot here. So let's start with, we have categories. Scheduling and networking. We're going to focus on that. Number one, most productive times of the day.
I think everybody has their own times of the day, and the thing is, you need to take a minute to think about it, and I love the way that one executive put it. She thinks about her time in terms of create, communicate, and what was the third one? The third one is create. Oh, consume. There it is. Sorry,
I need a lot of people.
We need a lot of help being successful. That's why we did this, Jason. Yes. So she kind of divides her day. Some of us are more productive by ourselves in the morning. So take that time to just do that. Others, meetings in the morning, and you need the afternoon to yourself. But the idea is, figure out your best schedule and then set office hours like professors do. Because I think the request to pick your brain, the request to network can be overwhelming. Pick certain hours or certain days of the week that you do those things and just do it then.
That was echoed in my favorite book of last year. People are sick of me talking about, but the Bob Iger book. And he said one of the things he does, he wakes up at 4:30, and that first hour of the day, he does not answer emails, no matter, unless it's a dire emergency. It's just to himself, and it helps him the rest of the day.
Right.
I really learned that.
One of the fascinating things when you talk to really busy people is just that they are very organized about their time. They're very intentional. This is the time of day that I look at email. I don't let it overwhelm me the rest of the day.
Number two, this seems obvious, but I think we could all learn this more. Say no to things.
It's hard, especially in the Midwest. We're not good at that. But, I was talking to a couple of startup gurus who said, they could do coffees every hour of every day. Everybody wants to pick their brains. And they're like, our own company would fail if we did that.
Yeah.
And so they do a lot of referrals. They actually respond to every email, but they say, hey, I think this organization could help you. Or why don't you apply to this incubator? Or why don't you reach out to this person? It's okay. And it's also okay to say, you know what, I could do a 20-minute phone call. I don't really have time for coffee. That's okay.
Make the most of every minute.
Absolutely. Yeah, better to be honest and upfront. Also, these days, there's software that can help with that. There are AI tools. You might not even know it, but your emails might be read by a bot. There are tools that you can set up so that if the email says pick your brain, that's never getting to the person.
Seriously?
Oh. It is true.
I like that. Look at that, Ellie.
Just saying.
Next category, no time for the gym.
Well, we can't, I think we need to stop being hard on ourselves. I was talking to some fitness experts who said, the goal shouldn't be getting to the gym because you're setting yourself up for failure. We can't do it every day.
Yeah.
But what we can do is move. You can be more intentional. Do walking meetings. There are people who say that you actually, you think differently. You're kind of more engaged when you're walking. If the meeting doesn't require a PowerPoint, do it on the go. Go for a walk.
Our executive producer, Jeff and Aaron, are walking now and having a meeting about the show. Yeah.
How about that? Yeah.
And then finally, let's go. This is the one that we all found the most interesting of your research. Creative juices. And the number one thing that you pointed out was a different route to work.
How about that?
How does that connect?
You can talk to a lot of really lofty creative directors at ad agencies who say, world travel inspires me and a week at the spa. Isn't that wonderful?
That's great.
Sometimes we can't do that. We can't all take that time. But you know what? Drive a different way to work. Get yourself engaged. When you're doing something that's out of your normal routine, it just sort of activates your mind in a different way. You might notice something you hadn't seen before. You might think about things in a slightly different way. Keep a notepad also with you at all times, near the shower, near your bed, in your car.
Yeah.
Inspiration strikes.
Okay, finally, get more sleep.
Yes.
I know
it's of 2020, right?
It seems obvious, but the fact that all of these CEOs are mentioning this to you, but how specifically? What?
So one big trend that I think we're going to see more of is workplaces becoming more nap friendly. Seriously. Google actually installed napping pods. Now, not every workplace has the money for $10,000 napping pods, but it's just the idea of saying that needing to nap or take some sleep isn't lazy. It's actually about wellness. It's about taking care of yourself. And so I think it's a workplace culture of being more accepting of that it isn't a badge of honor to be emailing the team at 1 o'clock in the morning. So stop with the emails after 8 p.m. Stop with the caffeine after 2 p.m. We can do it.
No, okay, now stop right there, Allie. Now you're just talking a hogwash there. I mean, 2 p.m.?
I know.
Do you do that?
No, but I'm trying.
I know you.
I'm trying. It's a resolution.
How dare you tell us to quit caffeine?
But I talked to a sleep expert who said that even, you might think in the evening to avoid it, but she said things you're doing even during the day are actually impacting your sleep. The other one is put the screens down at least 30 minutes before you go to bed. Take some time to unwind, light a candle, meditate, have a routine that sets you up for sleep.
And studies show that you shouldn't, the screen keeps your mind going and it affects your sleep.
Dilates your eyes.
Get the issue right now. Give it up for Allison Kaplan, everybody. Here it is. Pick it up. For more information, head to tcbmag.com. And if you missed any of this, you know us. We'll post this on our YouTube channel. Just search for Jason Show TV. Still ahead today. We're taking a look back at one of David Letterman's biggest embarrassments of his life. What is it? You'll find out when we return. Back after this. Thanks, sweetie. Welcome back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Aaron, did we get anybody else? Are we good? 6 more. We got 6 more people. If you're at the Cub Foods in Eden Prairie, watch out. Aaron's in a black van. That's right, yes. It's an orange van, isn't it, you're in today? Yeah, it's fantastic. Welcome back. With the 2020 Oscars only weeks away, one legendary late-night host is looking back at the time he hosted Movie's Biggest Night 25 years ago this year. I can't believe that because I remember watching it. For the first time, my buddy David Letterman is speaking out about his time hosting the 1995 Oscars, leading Time magazine to call him, quote, the worst award show host ever. Ever. Letterman talked to The Hollywood Reporter and called that night the single biggest professional embarrassment of his life. Dave says he was never, I love Dave. Dave said he was never excited to host the show. And actually, you can hear Dave saying it. He said he turned down the Oscar producers once before, but he eventually said yes and said things didn't feel right almost immediately. So if you remember, let me just give you some context, because you guys know me. I love Letterman, and I know a lot about his tenure in late night. You have to put this story into context. The reason he said yes and the reason he was even asked, this is 1995, just 2 years after he took over The Late Show on CBS. And at this point, he was number one and hot. I mean, he was hot in pop culture. So they had him host the show. He comes out. Now, before he came out, and this is a story we hadn't heard, before he came out, they had a ton of jokes ready to go. He said, I had a monologue of jokes memorized, like I had everything memorized. And right before he came out, his executive producer, Rob Burnett, said, hey, Oprah Winfrey and Uma Thurman are out there, and Dave loves playing with words, wordplay. He goes, wouldn't it be funny if you just said Oprah, Uma, Oprah? And I mean, I giggle saying it now. So Dave, moments before the announcer said his name, he goes, I'm going to go. So he goes out there, and he went out there and he saw Oprah. And then he said that, and then he went to Uma, and then he kept doing it, and he realized that this is actually, well, he thought it was funny, and the audience did not react that well. But now he was stuck, so he kept going to it throughout the monologue, making it worse. And he said it was right then, he said he started feeling the sweat going down his tuxedo, and he knew there was no way to go back. Now, even though Time magazine said that, history has been kinder on this. I remember watching this telecast, and I remember the horrible publicity that he got. But if you go back, and this profile in Hollywood Reporter says the same thing, if you go back and look at that telecast now, what's funny is Letterman actually did a great job. The rest of the show was hysterical, and he was very Johnny Carson-esque. As what I mean by that is he went out and he did a couple jokes and got out of the way. And it's just the Oprah Uma thing that ruined him. And many years later, when Oprah appeared on David Letterman's Late Show, Oprah gave him a signed photo of Uma Thurman and Oprah Winfrey and said, all was forgiven. And Oprah said, because Dave said, is this why you didn't like me for years? And Oprah goes, no, she actually thought it was funny at the time. And by the way, speaking of Oprah Winfrey, today is Oprah's birthday, everybody. She turns 66 years old today. And this is another thing that makes me feel old, because I remember watching her surprise 40th birthday when the producers didn't tell her, and they put balloons all over the studio floor. Oprah is frightened of balloons, so she had to walk over all. It was hysterical. Anyway, still ahead, everybody. We're doing winter right with some cold weather fashion from the Mall of America when we return. Back after this. Stay with us. Oprah, Uma. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We sadly still have a few more weeks or months of winter left. I'll be optimistic and just say weeks, that's right. And it's not going to get warm anytime soon, so you might as well look good. Here with some coats and boots for the winter season, it's our good friend Sarah Rogers from the Mall of America.
Hi, Jason.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Let me move this giant floral arrangement so I can see you. Okay, we have a lot of great models, so let's get going. Audience, give it up for model number 1. Who do we have, Sarah?
Michaela.
Hi, Michaela.
I love this coat. It's from Zara. What I love about it, the color, of course. It's got that beautiful plush lining, great shape to it, and it turns into a backpack.
What?
Yes. Where you can just, when you're walking through the mall or you're at a sporting event and your coat gets heavy, all you do is use those back straps.
Shut up!
Is that wonderful? And it's rated to keep you warm up to negative 20 degrees. So I thought that was pretty fabulous.
That is one of the coolest things you've ever shown us on the show.
I love that. And coats that have that feature, usually about $1,000 or so. I've seen this one, $149.
Oh, $149. Okay, and the boots?
And the boots from DSW, the Lucky brand,
Yeah.
and they are genuine shearling with that sumptuous leather. So I love that combination and those colors together with that coat too.
Perfect. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you so much. Who do we have next?
Let's bring in Lily, and
Hi,
she's
Lily.
showing us one of the hottest trends, which is Sherpa.
Sherpa.
It's that faux shearling.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm seeing this at almost all the stores that sell fashion. This one from Old Navy, it's the biker style, so I love. And the boots are from Old Navy as well, Jason. What I love about these are water and dirt repellent. So that's pretty good for a faux suede.
Especially in Minnesota, you need that.
And the price on those, they're like $17.
Sherpa's it. Hashtag Sherpa's in.
Yeah, Sherpa is it.
Sherpa's in.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you, Lily. Who do we have next?
Let's bring in Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
Because faux fur is a big deal every
said
year.
The last segment you were on, you said animal prints and fur.
Yes,
It's big.
and here it is, animal print from the Express store. I love the shape of this jacket. It's got a little faux leather trim on it as well. You can dress this up, dress it down. Her boots, Doc Martens, my favorite boots from Doc Martens. They've got a 2-inch heel, 1.5-inch platform, so you feel like you're walking on 1 inch. I mean, a 1/2 inch there, and then it has that wonderful lug sole, and they're just so popular. Girls love them with leggings, jeans. They're just a workhorse, and they're
I have
comfortable.
friends that are comfortable. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Who do we have
Next, I want to bring out Savannah. I've got, wool. A
like
wool
those.
coat in your wardrobe. Plaid is also big. This one from Old Navy, it's on sale for like $24. So really good buy. And plaid, just perennial favorite. Every year we're mad for plaid, right?
And call me, and Sarah, don't you think that pattern will not go out? I mean, you could probably wear that for 3 or 4 seasons.
I
and
agree.
Not,
I agree. And this one's machine washable, tumble dry as well. And the length of it makes it versatile for you to wear with dresses. So I'm showing it's 40. Her boots from DSW, I love these because they're a patent. So if you're worried about the salt and the slushiness out there, these just wipe off. So I wear a patent combat boot, when it's icky weather outside. And I just love the easy care on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Down. Of course, if you want a great down coat, this one's from Fial Raven. I'm a big fan of this green. Yeah. Isn't this nice? And it's flattering. Some of those down coats, I mean, you're so boxy looking.
Yeah. You look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yeah, sometimes.
This one with the beautiful faux fur. It's got all the pocket detail, just hidden little pockets, so you'll love that.
It does have a good cut to it, Sarah.
Doesn't it? Really cute. And then her boots are from LL Bean. This is one of their top-selling boots. Genuine leather. The leather is waterproof, which is nice, and the great insulation with Primaloft.
And they're comfortable, right? They look comfortable.
And comfortable, too. And that little higher boot when you need it, it really comes in handy. And then the faux shearling there, too, trimming the collar on that is really cute.
Thank you. Let's turn to the guys.
Yeah, let's look at our guys. I've got Leo wearing a lightweight puffer jacket. I thought this looked like a vest, but it actually is a jacket. It has knit sleeves to it. And guys want, jackets that can kind of move around. It's easy. Very affordable from the Buckle, under $50. And then his boots are also from the Buckle. Those are the Bull Boxer, genuine leather, cushioned insole. Even the tongue is cushioned, or the collar on that boot. So they're really comfortable.
And I like that height of boot. That's a good one.
It's good, right?
You
Great
can wear it
with
with
the
various
jeans.
jeans. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Leo.
And finally,
last but not least, Paulo is showing a jacket from LL Bean. This jacket is the bomb. It is lightweight. All right, it has stretch, Primaloft, so it's got great properties to it, water resistant, windproof as well. So it is a winner, and it packs up to be like the, inside the pocket. So it's a great jacket to have for you for traveling and commuting. And the boots are from Fial Raven. These boots, genuine leather,
those
Gore-Tex,
are good looking boots. I like
waterproof.
those.
And the outsole on these, they absorb impact, so they're really comfortable. The guys are just loving them.
And let's just acknowledge, Paulo has the best hair of anybody here.
He does.
That's sincere. Let's just say that.
That's just like good hair, right?
We just have to acknowledge the good hair there.
Yeah,
anyway,
he does.
Give it up for all the models. Come on in, everybody. You can find all of these items at the Mall of America. And again, I always like to give this tip. If you want easy parking, do that valet. If people forget about it, and it's super easy. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. Sarah Rogers. Back in a moment.
Woo, we got you all of them.
Welcome back. Look who's back. Birthday girl herself, Kendall. Doesn't it smell good? By the way, if you're keeping track, and I know a lot of you are, we're down 2 audience members. They left sometime between the stop animation segment and the fashion segment. We don't know where they went.
Sorry.
Anyway. Speaking of the audience, we would love to see. Remember, tomorrow, if we have a full house, I'm buying people donuts. I mean, you know what I mean? But we would love for you to come anytime next week as well. If you would like tickets, it's really easy right there on your screen. Go to our Facebook page, /JasonShowTV. Hit that ticket tab right below the cover photo. You're in by 9:15, you're out by 11:15. And don't forget, if you're a business and you want to do a business outing, we accept groups as well. We're going to take a break and wrap up today's show when we return. Back after this. I got you flowers. That was nice. Welcome back to the show. Thank you. I'm not joking. This audience is crazy good. They're crazy good today. Aaron did a good job driving around Eden Prairie and pulling people today. Thank you very much, Aaron. I greatly appreciate it. No, they're fantastic. By the way, I sincerely do want to ask you, because I didn't get a chance for obvious reasons. Did you get everything you wanted for your 30th, your big 30th birthday?
Well, the biggest thing I wanted, I bought myself.
Hashtag thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, no, I went to the Jessica Simpson store and bought some sparkly heels. So that was fun. Jessica Simpson. That's not what I meant.
Jessica Simpson sells shoes, but
two seconds ago. SJP store.
Oh, okay. Sarah Jessica Parker,
yes. Anyway, so I did that. But my best friend, Jenna, that you've met, and Jordan threw a surprise birthday for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was like an old Hollywood glam thing, and it was way too fun.
Yeah, there are pictures if you want to see them on Kendall's social media. So,
it was pretty cute.
As I said, 30's really good. I think you're going to enjoy the 30s.
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought like things are starting off very well.
Yeah. I mean, we have a great audience. That's how it's starting. Seriously.
Great.
But the managers are wondering, do you mind driving around Eden Prairie tomorrow to pull audience members? Do you mind doing
If
that?
I can bring a GoPro and donuts.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds very entertaining.
It does actually sound like a quality show.
Get in the car.
By the way, tomorrow on the show, Miss Minnesota USA, Taylor Afondi will be joining us. And Shane, our girl Shane, right now as we speak, is live in Miami for the Super Bowl. She'll be joining us with all the festivities. So that's a hard assignment, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
that's
rough.
going to be tomorrow. But right now, if you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. And to my mom, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Let's do our dramatic bow.
This is Fox 9 News.